What if the biggest obstacle between you and the life you want is actually you? Welcome to Life the Battlefield, where we dive into life's raw, unfiltered moments, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today, I sit down with Jess Robinson, a powerhouse in fitness and life, who's faced obstacles head-on and emerged stronger every time. Jess isn't just a personal trainer or bikini prep coach. She's someone who's walked through life's toughest moments and found strength on the other side. We talk about myths social media sells us, you, me, everybody, perfect bodies, quick fixes, and unrealistic goals, and why real transformation isn't about perfection, but progress. Jess reveals why so many people struggle to lose weight, why mindset matters more than motivation, and why personal trainers are more than just fitness guides. They are accountability partners in life. Inspired by the Mel Robbins, the Let Them theory, Jess shares how embracing life chaos helped her grow. Let them doubt you, let them judge you, let them watch you rise. If you're stuck, overwhelmed, or chasing perfection, this is your wake-up call. Let's dive in. Welcome, Jess, to Life the Battlefield. Jess, welcome to the Life the Battlefield. Thank you for coming today. I know it's a tricky weather outside today. It's going to rain, doesn't rain, but it's quite humid. So I appreciate you find the time today to come to the studio. And as I say, those guys, in introduction, I'll repeat myself one more time. Jess is a personal trainer of mine, but not just a personal trainer. One thing I know in the business, she's always there for me, and not just results, but she's always there for me, communicating, adjusting my trainings, even though I don't like it, some exercises. But we're going to find out today more from the Jess. So Jess, welcome to Life to Battlefield. How have you been?
Thank you, Mario. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. I really appreciate you wanting to have me as a guest on your podcast. And it's exciting being a guest for once, because I haven't been a guest on a podcast in a while. Because I run my own podcast now, and I'm so used to hosting other people and other women on my own podcast. Yes. So it's really nice getting the chance to sort of talk to you and give you a little bit more of an insight into my business and, everything that I've been through the last, 30 years of my life. Thank you for the kind words as well. I really appreciate it, Mario.
As I say, there's no personal trainers who can impress me, and particularly we're going to talk today about what's the role of personal trainer. Mm-hmm. But I say I can see it, and I witnessed it in the past. I have the one or two, maybe three personal trainers, and it's not hard with them. After second session, they're more concentrated on the things around me than as me as a client. Yep. But okay, obviously you need to learn the lesson in life, and today I'm very proud you're my coach. Mm-hmm. So Jess, my first question is for all our viewers and listeners, mm-hmm. What inspired to go into the fitness industry? What was a turning point for you to become personal trainer?
Well, I've been training in the gym since I was 18 or 19 or 20, just after I finished school. Yeah. My dad is the one who introduced me to my first coach at the time. And I was always active. I was always doing some sort of competition, or I played heaps of sport. I was always really competitive, and I needed something as a teenager to sort of get all my energy out. So when I finished school and I was going into uni, I was like, I don't really have an outlet anymore. I don't have something to, channel my energy into. Yes. So I got into the gym. I started slowly learning how to train, and then I got introduced to my first coach, and he said, okay, well, do you want to do a bodybuilding show in 8 weeks? Mm. And me being me, I'm stubborn and I like taking on challenges. I said yes. So I prepped for my first bodybuilding show just before I turned, so I was 20 at the time, and I competed 8 weeks later.
My God, that's a journey because, you know, you've been inspired by your dad. You know, what I mean, that's a great thing. I think your dad was a role model for you, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So my dad's always been into
Hello,
training.
Dad. Thank you for putting Jess into that
Thanks,
that show. Look, there's a lot of, you know, there's so many questions I want to dig into, you know, with you right now that, you know, come to my mind. I prepared some questions, but it's like, my question is next one's got many people start fitness journey, but they struggle with consistency. Okay, I'm stuck with you. I'm going to say, guys, stuck voluntarily because I'm last 6 months with Jess, and I'm going to stay for a long time because I'm achieving results, and consistency is important, and something it is with the Jess and her way how I approached to me as a client to be inspired and, you know, push myself. But what drove you to keep going when the times are tough? What keeps you going? Was it fitness?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. And my work, my clients, and just the fact that I only had myself to rely on.
Can you say this again? You have only what?
Myself to rely on. So a lot of the times when you're, you know, you have a partner, you have someone that you've spent a lot of time with, you have that other person to lean on. And, you know, things in life happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And, you know, sometimes these life lessons show you things about yourself that you need to change, that you need to work on, things that you probably haven't addressed properly within yourself. So it sort of forced me to have a look at how I have been in the past and things that I needed to improve about myself and work on about myself. But I also realized that I'm capable of a lot more than I realized. And when push comes to shove, and that's pretty much with anybody in this world, you only really have yourself to rely on at the end of the day. That's it. And there is no one coming to save you. No one. And if you're not willing to pull yourself out day in, day out and do what the fuck you need to do, sorry, I'm going to swear.
No, that's okay.
Do what you need to do to, one, improve yourself, two, to better yourself, and to create a life that you are proud of, no one's coming to give it to you on a silver platter. So I had to learn that the hard way. Absolutely the hard way. And it was shit at the time. Absolutely awful. Like, it was the hardest thing I have ever gone through in my entire life. And, you know, there's days when you question yourself, you question your choices, you question everything about yourself. But when it comes down to it, everything happens for a reason. And you might not see it at that point in time, but slowly life will show you why in the end. So.
It's very profound. Like, I didn't interrupt you because usually I love to interrupt conversations with the people. Honestly, because after all, it's difficult for anybody to understand if they don't go through that, what you've gone through. You know what I mean? And as I say, when I see you, it's like a song, when I see you, but it's like when I see your social media, when I see you as a person, and anybody has a perception, she's a very strong, which you are, physical, mental, everything else. But little people know that you're the human being as well. You know what I mean? You're not just machine. You know what I mean? Just a pumping iron and, you know, eating 5 meals per day, whatever it is. But the thing is, you are the human being.
Yeah.
So emotional obstacles happen in life, but you overcome them. May I ask you, one story in your life on one of your clients, we talk a little bit more about your emotions later, but one story, most successful story, one of your clients stick with you, and why? The body transformation. Maybe somebody who was overweight like me, or somebody like, you know what I mean, but somebody you know who stuck with you for a very long time, if you can remember.
I have so many clients that inspire me. Okay. I really do. Okay. And I've had clients that have been with me since I started my business for 3 years. And I think, you know, I had a client who had lost over 12, 15 kilos with me, and we got her on stage to compete in a bodybuilding show.
Okay, that's a big step.
So that was incredible. Yeah. You know, coaching her through something that she never thought she'd be able to achieve. And I was so proud of her at the end of the day for her stepping on stage for herself more than anything, you know. But I also have clients that through working with me, they've learnt a lot of skills within themselves of discipline, not motivation, because motivation is, you know, very flippant. It can come and go very, very easily, but just a devotion to themselves and teaching them the skills to be able to learn how to eat properly, eat a balanced diet, the understanding of training. And, you know, so many of my girls, especially because I do work predominantly with a lot of women, you know.
I'm the main guys, just emotional. Like
I do have a handful of male clients, don't get me wrong. I love coaching men as well.
I just want to make them know that, you know, they can come to you like it or me.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, by all means, I love coaching males as well. But I just have a bigger base of female clients.
Normal, yes.
So, you know, even my favorite type of client is the mum who has sort of lost herself over the process of having kids, sacrificing her body, her time, her energy, her health to her children. And, you know, they've given life to their children, and then they come back in a period of time where they've finally put time, effort, energy and love back into themselves, learning about how strong not only mentally and emotionally they are, but physically as well.
Yes.
And how beneficial training and strength training specifically is for women and for mothers, you know, in order to prolong their lives for themselves and for their kids and for their family. I have so many mums. I have, oh my God, okay.
Share with us, you know, I mean, that's
okay.
This one's
going to really, so when I was a high school teacher, I had a colleague of mine, and working with her every single day at school was probably just a highlight. And when I left, it was really, really hard to say goodbye to this other teacher of, you know, at the school that I was teaching at. She was a colleague. Maybe a year later, when I had established my business and I started coaching, she reached out to me. And I have now been coaching her for over 2.5 years. And she has lost over 10 kilos with me, just training from home, just in her garage with her dumbbells and her barbells and her little resistance bands and ankle weights, and teaching her the value of nutrition and how to properly nourish her body to give back to herself. Tina, you inspire me and you make me the proudest coach that I could ever be. Everything that I talk to her about, everything that I've taught her, everything that I encourage within her has changed her life for the better. And from the inside out, I have seen such a transformation in the way she speaks about herself, in the way that she holds herself, in the way that she shows up for her kids and continues to fight for a better, healthier, happier version of herself. I am so honored that I get to be her coach, that I get to help women like her reclaim their power back. And I could now never imagine myself doing anything else, ever.
That's a very, very powerful statement from, don't take me wrong, you know, you're 30 years old and I find you more than equal to myself, and I'm 52 years old.
Aww.
So, no, seriously. Only person who understands the life, appreciate the life, and who stands for the values, not for own, but the clients as well, can speak as you do. So I want to say thank you for, on behalf of every person that trains with you, what you say today, Jess, because I can make a judgment and say, like, this is not genuine, but this is a very caring, kind response. So Tina, you know, I'll have the jar of Nutella. You can buy me.
She loves Nutella.
Just says you can get to me. So Tina, thank you for allowing Jess to work with you, because that's a very powerful story.
And I think that's part of what makes me a great coach. And I don't have any issue saying that out loud. I am extremely empathetic. I'm not the type of coach to be really cold and stern.
No,
and, there's a time and a place, obviously. Like when I have particular clients who I know I need to be a little bit harder on and I need to sort of put my foot down at times. We've even had that conversation. Thank you very much, Mario. Right?
Look, I don't like you sometimes because I see some exercises. I like, oh my God, who invented such an exercise? But
every time I put Bulgarian split squats in Mario's program, he's like, "Fuck, Jess."
No, Jess,
fuck.
I can't. all these. What's it called? The dumbbells, whatever they call them.
The lunges.
Lunges. I just want to take the weights. You know what I mean? And
throw them.
I just want to kill the people around me. And I said to myself, okay, calm down. We go talk to Jess tomorrow, whatever day after. But you're very emotional when you spoke about Tina.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, because my job and what I do for my clients means everything to me. It honestly means everything to me. And I wholeheartedly believe that my purpose in life is to help people in any capacity within my my scope and my capabilities, whether that's with my business, with my clients, with my friends, with my family, with my loved ones. My purpose in this life is to help people. And I get so much fulfillment out of that, and being in a job that I love, being in a field that I'm so passionate about,
yes.
Because health and fitness and training is everything to me. And there's so many coaches out there, especially bodybuilders as well, that can become really sort of narrow-minded in the way that they coach because they're a bodybuilder. They coach their clients like bodybuilders. Like I pride myself on, yes, I'm a bodybuilder. I compete. However, I strongly coach my clients as they need me because they're lifestyle clients. Like I don't tell my clients that they need to eat chicken, broccoli and rice every single fucking day, right? Like life life is about balance.
Yes.
Life is about having a sustainable diet that is going to meet your nutritional needs, get you to your goals, but also food is fucking amazing.
Yes.
Food is there to be enjoyed. What I do for my sport is what I choose to do, and I would never in any capacity put that type of pressure on my clients. Being the coach for many people it looks easy, right? But that's something why I always want to believe in you. There's a difference between the people who say they're coaches and the people who are the coaches like yourself. I learned in military when, first you learn the theory, then you have the drill instructor. He shows you from theory to practice, and then you go to practice it out. But the drill instructor called a coach, he'll be there with us, and you can see that that's a real model. If he can do it or she can do it, we can do it as well. Yep.
That's you are.
Yeah.
Because people go on social media, I'm going to put in a comment section, guys, below. You can go give the thumbs up to Jess on her hard workout and give her all love, subscribe and reach her. That's what the people are going to say with you, that you're doing what you're preaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the coaches, it's just the preaching, but
yeah. I always practice what I preach with my clients. I always practice what I preach. When I'm not in comp season, when I'm not prepping for a show, I maintain balance. I go out on the weekend. I have a meal out. I can have a drink. I don't just train like a bodybuilder. I'll go and do a HIIT class. I'll go and do circuit training. I'll go and do boxing. I will dance once a week. Life is there to be enjoyed, and fitness and health should align with your lifestyle.
Yes.
Not in a way that I tell you to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, and that again is where consistency and compliance comes down to.
Yeah.
So a client will not be compliant if you just sit there and tell them what they have to do. Right?
Yes.
It's very easy for a coach to say, oh, you want to lose weight? Okay, just be in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's going to turn around and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What do you mean? Right? So, it's the job of a really good coach to coach someone within their lifestyle towards their goals in a way that they will, one, understand, two, be compliant with, and 3, be enjoyable. Because if you're not enjoying the process, you're going to hate it and then you're going to stop. Because that's 95% of the time, that's why people stop. Yes. Because they're not enjoying it anymore.
That is so true. I love your energy. I love your passion about what you do. Because,
I'm so passionate.
Yeah, because see, like this is what the most of people have a tendency to do, to sell themselves. You don't need to sell yourself because you speak from bottom of your heart and with the knowledge and experience from your life, which leads me to another question. Okay, so like we start touching these emotional hurdles, but you face a personal and professional challenges along the way, and I want to know my audience. I want the audience learn from you today. What was the hardest battle you faced, if you want to share? And how did you overcome those obstacles? Apart of, don't tell me just you went in the gym and you lift a couple tons of the iron. But I'm just trying to be smart ass. But what people want to learn from you, Jess, including myself, what was the hardest battle you faced and how did you overcome this? Raw, unfiltered, uncensored version of Jess.
Well, like I said earlier when we started the episode, it was, life will sometimes take a turn and, things happen for a reason. And, relationships end, your life will change. And when you get to a point where you sort of have to realize that, maybe you were the problem leading into these life events taking place, it sort of forces you to reflect and take a step back and make conscious decisions and efforts to change, past behaviors, patterns and things like that. And for me, honestly, getting through really hard times, this is going to sound so fucking cliched, but it was the gym. The gym, like I kid you not, like that was the main thing that was the most consistent. Going to the gym, doing what makes me feel good, and putting all of my energy into my clients and my business. I really had to build myself from the ground up all over again, like I said previously. And, I just, that was the only way I got through it, day in, day out. Lent on family, my friends, my sisters, and in terms of business, like hurdles that a lot of coaches have to face is, the idea of clients leaving and sort of taking it as a personal attack, right? So when clients want to leave, if clients need to leave for whatever reason it is with coaching, it's not a personal attack. It's, and I had to learn this over time. And it's sort of a matter of, okay, well, this client doesn't see the purpose of our coaching at this point in time in their life. They've learned what they wanted to learn from me. And it's my job just to let them go and be like, thank you so much. I'm so privileged and honored to have the opportunity to coach you for the time that we've had together. Okay, good luck in the future. And 9 times out of 10, those clients will always come back.
The reason why I ask this question, it's very simple, which leads to my next question. And I talk about my personal experience. And when we hit obstacles in life, and it doesn't matter how hard it is or maybe not so hard, but there's always been some type of gravitation for me. I was gravitating towards the gym. My son's sick, divorce and all these things I was going through. I'm going to go in gym. I'm going to do something. But this is the very first time in freaking my life I'm doing something with you, like literally. I changed those results. But I was gravitating towards
the
gym. However, there was always a missing component. You said it's something very well at the beginning. You rely on yourself. And that's what most of us forgetting. However, I'm grateful. I'm thankful that I have you as my coach because, calling me every week and send me messages, regularly. You help me to rebuild some things. But my question is like, all these setbacks in lives, and you have clients who experience setbacks while training with you. How do you help them to rebuild their confidence through fitness? And as well, it's based on your personal experience. You know what I mean? So you've gone through this, so you understand what some other person goes through. How do you help them to build that confidence against the fitness? Particularly the female clients.
I'm my client's biggest cheerleader. Like I really am.
Yeah.
And I'm such an advocate for making people feel empowered.
Okay.
And confident within themselves.
Yes.
You know, so I'll set the groundwork for clients. I will put everything in place that they need, and I'll be the little voice in the back of their head. Okay. You know, I will be that guiding voice, pushing them to tick the boxes, even if it starts off small, 1 thing a day, then 2 things a day. Then slowly that will build up to over 3, 5, 6 days, you know. And it's just a matter of helping these clients who experience hard things in life, that by giving back to themselves, by allowing themselves to put the time, the energy, and the effort back into themselves as a human being, they're only going to create a better outlook on life for themselves. And I remind them of what I said to you in the beginning. Yeah. No one is coming to save you. You have to do this yourself. And I know it sucks. It sucks ass. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that that's the reality of what life is like. But it's fucking true. Right? You have to be willing to do this for you. And if you can't do it by yourself, that is okay. But be willing to put your hand up and say that you need help. Okay? Because it is hard doing it on your own. I had to ask for help. My God. I lent on so many people that I needed to during that time. My coach became like my big brother, who helped me through so much shit in my life over the last 12 months. Like, he was my rock. My sisters, my mum, my dad, my friends.
Have you been betrayed by people you didn't expect you're going to be betrayed by? And that process of the healing?
Oh, God.
Some friends, maybe, of members of family?
Yeah.
You don't need to name them, but it's like, did you experience, like, you know, that feeling that, fuck, he or she should be there for me? And...
Yeah, I have experienced that. And it's so easy to be bitter. It's so easy to be bitter and angry and hateful and just resentful for people not showing up for you in the same capacity that you did for them.
Yes.
Or people leaving your life for whatever reason, and you saying, well, what the hell? Like, I was there for you. Why weren't you there for me? One thing that I've started recently listening to and taking on board is a concept of the let them theory.
Okay.
Mel Robbins.
Okay.
An exceptional motivational speaker.
Yes.
I've been listening to her audiobook and so it's called the let them theory. Yeah. And the premise of this theory is, if someone doesn't see the value of you in their life, let them. Let them deal with the loss of you from their life. Let me instead focus on pouring my attention, my love, my energy into the friends, the family, the people who show me the same level of compassion, love, and effort. And, you know, a lot of the times people can make mistakes. And, you know, even if that is the case with, let's say, a particular friend, if that person comes back at one point in time, you know, depending on the circumstances, if you're willing to talk it out and work through it, by all means, I will welcome that person back into my life with open arms, because I have nothing but love to give to people. And, you know, a lot of the times, really, really hard things can always be worked through. They can always, unless it's, you know, again, under certain circumstances, you know, a lot of the times you can talk through a lot of really, really hard things that have happened between, let's say, you and a friend. Yes. And I'm never really one to hold a grudge. I'm not someone who, you know, I can be hurt and I can never forget something, but I can always forgive people.
You know, you displaying truly, you know, characteristics and the characters and the elements of the somebody who, I'm not the guy who sees the future, but I'll make a prophecy. I truly believe that down a path, your voice will be heard by millions of people going to look high into you. Honestly, I'm seeing this one. I'll tell you what it is, because normal people in conversations, they talk about themselves. Now you're quoting Mel Robinson. I like her very much. Her book, Let Them Go. And, you know, as well, without being sour and how to say, angry with the different people in your life, you forgive them. So, like, people need this. And my question is, like, obviously, you going through those hurdles, you're helping us, your clients, and everybody who's listening to this podcast today. And there's a strong connection between the physical and mental resilience. Now, how the fitness help build that
that resilience,
emotional well-being? Like, you know, because it's like you can relate to every person around you, and it's like, you know, going to the divorce, the breakouts, you know what I mean, gaining weight, losing weight, you know, all these things. You can say, I've been there, done that, right? But there's a strong connection between the physical and mental resilience. But how this play a role in to emotional well-being, the fitness? How would you put this?
Well, if you think about it, like when you show up for yourself and you go to the gym for 5 days a week, you're putting in that commitment to yourself.
Okay.
And a lot of the times, you know, even on the days when you don't want to train, you still go and train, right? Even, you know, sometimes even with me, the days that I don't want to be in the gym, guess where I am? I'm in the gym, you know? And it takes a certain type of work ethic and devotion to yourself to do that. You know, obviously there's a period of time, especially, and again, with women, there's a lot more sort of factors that come into play with that. Our hormones, our emotions, our cycle, things like that really do tend to affect our physical well-being when it comes to training. But training and moving your body, being in the gym, moving your body in whatever capacity you can, will always make you feel better no matter what. Like, there's not really many times. There's not really many times that you're going to say, "Fuck, I really wish I didn't do that training session." There's really not going to be many times that you can say, "Oh, you know what? I really wish I didn't go and do that training session today." Like, honestly, after you train, you release dopamine, serotonin, you feel amazing, your energy levels go up, you know. So if you are going through a really hard time, releasing those endorphins, putting that energy back into yourself, it will only improve your outlook on life, how you're feeling, how you're moving through, let's say, grief or changes or anything else in your life, you know. And yeah, it just goes hand in hand, because you're putting that energy and that attention back into yourself, you know, and that ties into your own emotional and mental well-being, because a lot of the times we give so much to other people, and, you know, we always want to make sure that, you know, our partner is really good, our kids are really good, our sisters, our mum, our dad, like, you know, we always want to make sure that everybody else is okay. And that a lot of the times really drains you as a person, because you're like, fuck, what am I doing for myself?
So can I ask you one question? It's like out of my curiosity of my own now.
Yeah.
And I have you here as my coach. So you said, like, even days you don't want to go in the gym, but you are determined to go, you go there. But you don't doing 100% you should do it. Is that still counted as a exercising?
100%.
Yeah.
100% it is. Even if on the days that you don't really feel like getting into the gym, there's days where I will train at 60%. Because I
love your honesty. Thank you, Jess.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm really, really burnt out. Or it's, you know, the day before my period or the second day of my period, and I just do not have the energy levels to push myself at the 90 to 100% capacity that I normally do. And I'm not going to sit there and make myself feel bad because I'm not training at the same capacity that I normally do. There's going to be some shit days. And I know that is part of the process. And so I'm sitting here as a coach, as someone in the fitness industry, reminding my clients that even me, someone in my industry, in my profession, also has these days.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm not going to sit here and make my client feel like shit because they trained at 60% of their full capacity on a day when they had a lot on your plate.
Thank you for clearing that one, because like people, we have the misjudgment, obviously, because sometimes even I do, I was like, that was not 100%. But, at the end of the day, I feel better even being on gym,
And that's what matters.
Thank God your app doesn't say have you 100%. It's a hard or easy. It's always hard. It's always hard.
It's all on your scale out of 10.
Always hard.
Always hard.
Like if I can put 11, I put 11. Now, that leads me to another question. Like people love to lose the weight. So I don't want to use myself as excuse, but it will be lame excuse. Truth it is, if I want to lose the weight, I'll lose the weight before. But then obviously need to go through some hurdles and struggles in my life and look at myself in the mirror, which I wasn't happy. I told you this.
Yep.
Now, you as a coach, you have the male and female clients, and you're seeing the people in gym and all these things. New Year's Eve comes, everybody's in gym.
Yeah.
However, that was you like, oh God.
Yeah.
The question I do have, people want to lose the weight. What do you think, what's the biggest reasons people want to lose weight? And as well, equally, the even bigger reason why they fail to lose the weight. Is this because body image, is a judgment people seeing, or they can't wear the clothes, and why they fail? Even more interesting.
I think everyone's going to be different. Everyone's story as to why they want to get into training, they want to start looking after themselves, they want to, live a healthier life and to potentially lose some weight because, it could be a matter of being at risk of diabetes or being overweight, as in obese. It could be, like they sort of had a light bulb moment where they realized that they were getting out of breath chasing after their young child or their young grandchild, and or it could have been as serious as, a sit-down chat with a doctor, or it could just be within themselves where they're just like, fuck, something needs to change in my life because I'm so physically unhappy that I need to do something about it. But I don't have the tools within my own arsenal to be able to do that myself. So I need to reach out to someone whose job it is to do that with me. So everyone's reasoning for wanting to train and learn about their own health and fitness journey is going to be different. So no one's is ever going to be the same. It could even be on the other side of the spectrum. I've had young women come to me saying that they have body image issues because they have always been the really skinny, lanky girl growing up, and they want to learn how to fuel their body properly and how to build muscle and be strong and be fit and be healthy, and they want to put on muscle mass and not be this skinny little fragile girl anymore, So everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to have a different reason for wanting to get into training. So, and body image and our own self-worth comes down to, again, the amount of self-love that we have, I think. If you're someone who really, truly values and respects yourself, you will put the energy and the time and the commitment as best as you can within your capabilities to make sure that you are healthy, to make sure that you are nourishing your body in a balanced way that makes you feel good, that gets you towards your goals, and that you are moving your body, training in the gym at a capacity that is going to get you the results that you want and is also enjoyable. Because again, if it's not enjoyable and you don't have sort of like an enjoyment aspect to your training, that's where a lot of people also fall off the bandwagon. And when they're not taught the correct ways of being able to navigate nutrition. Outside of, following just a concrete meal plan. Like, yes, meal plans are amazing, but I try and encourage my clients to learn how to track their own macros. Because, you know, without being able to sort of track your food intake every single day, it's like driving to a new destination that you've never been to without a map, right?
That's a very good. That's a good one.
Yeah,
driving to a new destination without having the map.
Yeah, because if you want to be healthier and you want to live a healthier, more balanced lifestyle, if that's something that you've never had before, you don't know how the hell to get there.
Listen, I need to go back at the beginning. You know, somewhere at the beginning when you said something very, very, very. You laughed actually. Broccoli, tuna, rice. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that was a biggest deal? I know I was always being told have to just tuna, rice, and a broccoli. I'm like, come on, man. But then with your discover actually other food. Why you don't suggest people to eat broccoli, tuna, and
because
rice?
It's fucking boring. It's boring.
Yeah.
I eat very boring. So boring. Like, my meal prep is so basic, bitch. Like, I don't even care. For me, my meal prep for myself, just day in, day out, is just the basics. Yeah. Like, I have my chicken, I have my rice, I have my vegetables for my fiber, I have avocado, and then I have beef mince for dinner. Yeah. Right? Yeah. My breakfast meal is probably my favorite meal of the day because it's Weet-Bix with protein powder, yogurt, and berries. I love it. It's my favorite. It's my hyperfixation meal, right? Or when I'm in prep, it's oats. Same thing. But that's how I like to eat, right? But I'm going out for dinner on Friday night with a friend. Am I going to track my food? No. I don't need to, right? Because of where I'm at in my fitness journey right now, right? Yeah. If I was in more of a stricter deficit, then I probably would track and make, you know, some adjustments to the rest of my week to be able to account for that, right? So I don't tell clients to eat chicken, broccoli and rice for dinner every single day for 12 weeks, right? Because they're not going to be compliant. They're not going to be compliant with that because they're not bodybuilders. That's not what they signed up for coaching for. Yes. Right? So I put out monthly recipe books, as you know, on my Facebook page, and I also, you know, share it with all of my clients, where I encourage my clients to branch out with their cooking. Be a little bit more creative, and a little bit more adventurous. I can't cook.
I'm grateful.
I just can't cook.
Look, that's the bottom line. Because, like, you know, like I was doing something wrong, but he told me, okay, Mario, you're hopeless. So go on those websites and order the food. And that food I'm ordering, it's very yummy. And plus the sizes are not. One thing I realized before I started training with you, my sizes were like
huge.
Far, man.
Massive.
I couldn't understand why I'm eating so much. And now, like, you know, when I was traveling lately, everything else, I was always need to remind myself, Mari, you don't need to have that, like, you know, like that big, you know, pizza, garlic bread and all these things. Mm-hmm. Just have a salad and chicken.
Just learning portion control.
Yeah, like, you know, but so why we are eating like it's not tomorrow, like, including myself, what's the reason you think it is that we are just don't stop chewing those big mother sizes, you know what I mean? Because it's bad.
Yeah. I don't know. That's more so the food industry. That's a question for the food industry, I think. Yeah. I have a big appetite as it is. Like, my nickname with my friendship group is Hoover because I finish off everybody else's food.
You'll never believe that one. But that's okay.
I know you look at the size of me and you think, how the hell can she eat so much? But because I train at the intensity that I do and I have the muscle mass that I have, my appetite and my metabolism. What? I'm being serious.
No, but you know, because I didn't plan those questions, but have another one. So, like, we're speaking about female. They don't want to be any more size, whatever, 6'8", whatever it was. They want to be now musclier. They want to be more, you know, stronger than anything else. I truly want to ask you this as a woman, as a coach, and as a friend. What on earth and why on gym I can't get, you know, my weights to do the squats? Because all this, I'm joking, because I think that all women doing anything relating to their gluteus maximus or their thighs and I said to myself, God, man.
Women are just strong.
Yeah, but why?
We got strong legs.
Yeah, but
We just do.
Yeah, but I'm like, I said, God, like, look, she's lifting like, the leg press, 120 kilos. Like, my God, I need to put more weights now. You know, what's changing in the industry? Why suddenly, like?
Because women are finally realizing.
Okay, they have the muscles, right?
That they have muscle. That they are strong. That they can take up space in a space of the gym that has for so many years been male dominated. And it's a time for women to take a little bit of that power for themselves too, because, a lot of the time women are told that we can't do something because we're the weaker sex.
True.
Right?
That is true. That's true.
History proves that's the way that women 100%. Have been perceived, right? And so we got a little bit of a vendetta, I think.
A lot vendetta,
right? Like, and I think women have something to prove, and we want to prove that we are strong.
I'm glad you're doing this. I'm glad you're doing this.
And women love training legs, like 99% of the time. I'm not, speaking for everybody here, but we are historically a lot stronger in the lower body, right? Just the way that our fat is distributed in our bodies, a lot of women hold a lot of their mass in their legs and their glutes. Absolutely, right? So we're going to use that to our advantage.
That's a good one because, when I get your exercise, what's it calling, workout.
With the program.
Program.
Yep.
I love doing legs. I always love doing legs, but I enjoy now more because, I'm doing the things I never done before in a way because when I see your app, and press it as a video, so I don't need to ask Dr. Google, what that exercise means.
Yeah.
And then I come into that section with the free dumbbells and barbells and everything else, the weights. And I say, what these old women doing here? And everybody's doing that, gluteus maximus, aka ass, and thighs and all these things. And I say, something has changed, man. And I'm glad you said that one.
Yeah.
Now, that's a one side of the equation. Second one is why the men hate leg day. Please tell me. I like a leg day.
I don't know.
But something it is there,
I don't know what it is. Like, guys, unless because it's, I don't know. Look, and again, I can't speak for men in general because it's not, I can't. But I don't know. I think there's some men out there that find it really hard. And because it's really hard, they don't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think that's just the way that I've seen it in some men in the gym. Whereas, I know a lot of men that train legs really, really hard. And I have a lot of respect for men that really know how to train legs really hard. And I'm really thankful and lucky and grateful that I know and I'm friends with a lot of male bodybuilders and a lot of men in the gym who do train legs really well, who do train legs really hard, even calves. Because that's a really hard muscle group for a lot of men to train. Yeah. And I just think some men shy away from training legs, I guess because there are certain exercises that they do have to do that might seem a little bit feminine in a way. Like, for example, if men really want to train a lot of their leg strength, they can do a hip thrust or they can do a squat. Or they can do. No, I'm serious.
I know, I saw those one. No,
I know.
That's that. No. Don't you dare to put those on.
I won't. I'm just saying, and again, there are some men that really can put their egos aside when it comes to training. And again, a lot of bodybuilder men who know that they need to work on certain weaknesses in terms of their leg training, that will do what needs to be done. Like, I've seen men in the gym use the abductor machine. So when you push your legs outwards. I'm doing this as
well. I'm the only man when I don't go there in the morning.
Yeah.
As all these ladies, I'm sitting there I say, my God, oh. It's like quickly jumping over.
But why? Like, why?
I don't know. Like,
why does it make you so uncomfortable having to do that?
Because I think that's, again, I say maybe I'm the dinosaur, but I truly believe that's for the women.
But why? You have adductors as well. You have glutes that need to be properly stabilized and warmed up before you actually do a session so you don't injure yourself. Like I've programmed that specifically into your leg days so that you, one, don't injure yourself, and two, so that your muscles are warm and ready to be able to do the rest of your session.
I don't know, Jess, like, I feel uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyway because I know you're my coach, I do it, but I say like myself,
good man.
Is this the one I need to split my legs up or towards the inner? It's like other girls like look, it's like, oh my God, I need to split my legs. So, you changing my routine every 2-3 weeks. Why is it important to people change routine every 2-3 weeks? Why are we not supposed to?
It's not 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. There is absolutely no way that I would change your training.
Okay.
So your training blocks will change it either every 6 or 8 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. So, and the reason for that is because we want to maintain as much consistency as possible, right? You should not be changing your training program every 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. You need to be able to nail the basics first, consistently over an extended period of time.
So why are we suggesting to people should change their routine of exercising 6 to 8 weeks?
Because when you're creating a training program for a client, you should be able to program for periods of time where they're establishing this new routine, 2 to 3 weeks or even 3 to 4 weeks of consistently building on their understanding, their experience, building their strength in that particular block.
Yeah.
Then a lot of the times you can account for a deload. Sometimes when you 1 to 2 weeks where you might need to deload. And then after that little deload, you're going to be able to push yourself a little bit more during that block, right? So I do the same exercises week in, week out for weeks, months at a time. I will do exactly the same exercises that I maybe might change 1 or 2 exercises in 6 months of training, right? Because I know the basics work. I know that the areas that I'm building is what I need to focus on. Whereas with my clients, I do understand sometimes because, again, they're lifestyle clients, their purpose for training is a lot different to mine, right? I train like a bodybuilder. I'm very much, blinkers on, do what I need to do. That's it, right? Whereas a lot of clients, they tend to get bored of their training, absolutely, right? Of course, So they might need something a little bit more exciting or like a progression of their exercises.
I like how he says,
to be able to remain compliant. Because when it's like, okay, I'm doing the same thing day in, day out, 6 weeks. Okay, is it time to change yet? Yes, it is time to change, but there's a reason for that continuous consistency of doing the same exercise week in, week out.
So how do you that's my question, which is related to what you explained right now. When you come to, you change your 6 to 8 weeks, the plan and program, and we exercising, like myself, I really like it, my exercising, whatever you put there, I really like it, I really enjoy it. This is the very first time I'm enjoying actually, maybe because finally somebody knows what he's doing. So that's, makes me happy. And, even I'm being 52, I see younger guys are struggling.
And you haven't been this weight in over 10 years?
Yeah, more than 10 years, But, it's far, look, I felt miserable before I start talking to you because first of all, it's hard to say to women, look at, things.
Yep.
But secondly, as I say, you're losing motivation, and that's my question. How do you keep people motivated to stay on track?
I think it's a matter of always bringing them back to their goal, always reminding them of why they reached out to me in the first place. And I sort of put it back on the client. I'm like, have you reached your goal? Are you where you believe that you need to be? And if the answer is no, then our work's not done yet. So if you're not content and if you don't feel like you're at the end goal yet, in terms of, do you have more to learn from me? Do you still have, other goals within this big goal that you want to reach that we can potentially work towards together? Because 9 times out of 10, people are always going to need to lean on somebody to help keep them accountable, right?
Oh, I want to say on my behalf, and every person who trains with you, thank you. It's like, that's what I see in you, and that's like why I always going to come back to this one, why you are my coach. Because being 15 years in business, one thing, it's paramount for every business owner. Doesn't matter how big or small business you have, but communication. You communicate with me consistently, and you know what I mean, and you keep me on check and asking things. Particularly when I see like, you know, that you said congratulations, you know, you done the new record, whatever it is. I just want to say thank you, because people should learn from you that this is very important. That motivation is not just to do it, but as well to say like, how are you doing, you know, congratulations on a new record or things you're already doing right now. Not many people does this. So I just want you to be proud what you achieving. And I say like, I give it with all authority out, shouting, just congratulations. You are the one of the very few business owners I know communicate with the clients. So,
thanks, Mario.
You know, you're welcome. And, you know, keep motivation. Now, we come, let's go say Instagram. I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
It's very hard. You don't need to answer if you don't want it. What on earth? There's so many fitness influencers. Okay, like there's a lot of unrealistic beauty standards, I will call, right? What people should pay attention when they go on social media, or maybe they come to you and say, "Jess, I want to look like this guy, whatever it is."
Man.
Okay, I'm just a guy because I'm the man.
I've had that so many times.
What do you think about social media? Should we regulate it or cancel some people, or we should be more careful who we're buying from? I speak generally.
I think it's a matter of understanding that social media is always going to be the highlight reel, that it's always very carefully curated, edited, and created in a way that will get the most attention, the most likes, you know, and sometimes might not always have the correct or the right amount of information that will be beneficial for people, right? So social media is a tricky thing, right? I do love social media, don't get me wrong. It's a great platform, and it's the way that I run my business through. It is a form of self-expression for me, but I would never preach about something on my social media that I myself would not do, have, or advocate for my own life to anybody else on my social media.
Yes.
Like, I strongly believe in only putting out, yes, at times when I like to edit my posts and I like my feed to look a certain way, I really enjoy the creative process of doing that and creating that and curating that. However, on my stories, when I talk, when I provide information and knowledge to my clients, to my audience, you know, through my podcast, through my posts, through my talking stories or anything else like that, I really try and remain as authentic and unedited as possible. Yes, yeah. You know, and I just think for a lot of people out there, do your research. Don't always just feed into all of these gimmicks, all of these, you know, detox drinks and anti-bloat, you know, magical remedies, and, you know,
I like it. Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
do your research. Yeah. Like, actually, you know, reach out to, ask your coach, hey, have you heard of this, and this? Okay. And if your coach might not know the answer straight away, they could potentially point you in the right direction of other people who are smarter. And again, I've done the same thing. If I don't know something, I will always point my clients in the direction of someone that I trust, someone that I believe has more information on a particular topic than what I do, so that they can get the correct information, because there's so much misinformation out there.
I admire how you elaborated this, you know, because like it's not, you see, that's the difference between you and other people. I say like, you know, I see this social media. Some of you guys I'm investigating, you know that. But the thing is, you never say, I know everything.
I don't know everything.
Like, but that's, I said, that's what makes you very unique. So people social media should not believe, as you say, they should do research.
Yeah.
And as I said, like, you know, we can't all be as that next guy, because I said, like, you know, when I see this video, 30 seconds per day, just do this, you have a six-pack, I'm like, Really?
It's bullshit.
It's
bullshit.
Of course it's bullshit. I was like...
but it also comes down to, not every coach is always going to know everything. Like I account my knowledge to, obviously, yes, I've done my certificates. I have learnt a lot from my own mentors, my own coaches in the past. Like my coach right now, James, he's my biggest source of knowledge and inspiration. If I don't know something, I will go to him.
Big shout to James.
Or, other coaches that I admire in the industry who I believe, are pioneers in particular areas, like in terms of like, injury rehabilitation and understanding, proper physical assessments of clients. I have another friend of mine, Ricky, who I've also reached out to. Again, I haven't done my assessments yet. Ricky, don't yell at me. But I've just been really busy.
We've got to cut this part.
No, I haven't done it yet. I've just been so busy. But, I knew that there was some part of my coaching skill that was lacking a little bit that I wanted to upskill. And the nature of a good coach is someone who recognizes their own faults and their own flaws in their coaching and takes preemptive measures to fill that gap in knowledge. You
answer now why people should have the coach like yourself. Did you know that? You're taking pride in what you do, but as well, you are humble enough to say, I didn't done some stuff which I need to do with my coach.
Yeah.
And you're not the coach who says, I know everything, but it's like, I have the coach as well, which that gives you that sense of security and pride for your clients that can say like, well, Jess, she is my coach, but she guide me, and if she doesn't know what I want, she's going to help me. So now I want to ask you something more not related to your bodybuilding and exercising. You're dancing. I want to know as a woman, not just why you're dancing, but what do you feel when you dance? What do you feel like? So every woman there, guys, I'm going to put in the comment section below Jess links on socials so you can see. And I say like somebody who's looking very high into you. When I see you dancing, I can interpret this like it's like a sensual, but it's a strong woman, but as well, expressing yourself. But what do you feel when you dance? And maybe why you're dancing?
Well, I, for the longest time, only identified myself as a bodybuilder.
Okay, interesting.
And I only identified myself as someone who just went to the gym, did her steps, went to work, went home. That's it. I used to be a dancer a very long time ago when I was younger, and I did dancing 3 or 4 days a week after school on the weekends, and I loved it. Like that was my first introduction to doing something, physical, and I hadn't done it for a very, very long time. And I sort of got to a point last year where I was just, I had a bit of a gap in terms of wanting to find a different form of self-expression, a different challenge, something else that sort of allows me to step outside of myself.
Yes.
And really enjoy being creative in a different way, right? And I love it. Like, I love dancing. I love being able to embrace my femininity, my power, my sexuality in a way that makes me feel empowered as a woman, and for no one to tell me otherwise, ever. Right? No one.
I love it when I'm
right?
feeling.
And in those classes as well, like it's such an encouraging environment. Like all the women there, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or you're an advanced dancer, everyone there is just there because they want to enjoy themselves. They want to have fun. They want to learn something. Yes. I've had friends of mine that have come with me to classes and it's something completely outside of their comfort zone, but they're like, I want to challenge myself. I want to try and learn something new, like a new skill. And, to be able to help someone facilitate that is amazing.
What was the message? I told you, I don't see the future. I truly believe that this message of yours, I'm 100%, not 100%, 110% confident that a lot of women's going to be there who's going to hear what you said and they're going to follow your footsteps, because you're not just an inspiration. You are seriously somebody who gives the zest for life to the people, particularly females, And you express yourself in a way most of people will not express themselves. You know what I mean? You show your weaknesses, you show your strengths, your emotions, you know, and yet guidance to the people. I want to ask you something. Doesn't relate to me because it's like I couldn't care less. But I want to, for every woman out there, even men, they will be judged based on their body image. What will the Jess tell them? What will your message is if people are being shamed or, you know, being judged according to their appearances physical before they start exercising? I'll share something with you. I know my son's going to be very unhappy with that one. Happy. Anyway, my son was epileptic for 12 years. Pills done damage. He's now healthy, but he was struggling to lose the weight. And he will go in gym when nobody was in gym, right? So, you know, obviously he don't want to be seen, you know. Now he's like, you know, he lost 50 kilos, you know, all the chicks, you know. Like,
That's amazing.
Yeah, but he done his own, you know, he doesn't want to listen to nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's going to YouTube and he found somebody like yourself who told him, you know, look, that was me and I lost the weight, and he was following the footsteps. So that was my son, who I'm very proud of what he achieved on his own. But now he's like, take it this little bit extreme, like, look at the girls, you know, like, look, you know. Of course, he tells them. But
typical young man.
Yeah, but you are the coach, and people's gonna decide to step into a journey with you or without you in some other country to lose the weight. But before that, they're gonna be judged. They're gonna be humiliated about their body image. What is your message to those people? How are you gonna encourage those people not worry about being judged? Work on you.
I think people are going to judge people no matter what in this day and age, right? But it's also a matter of you recognizing your own power within yourself, and that people are going to be shit regardless, right? And it says more about the person bullying someone for their physical appearance than it says about the person being bullied. Right? So if someone is so unhappy within themselves and with their own life that they feel it necessary to put down somebody else for their own physical appearance or for any other reason, it says more about that bully than it is about their victim. And I think it takes a very strong type of person not to let that shit get to you. Because it's hard. Of course it's hard. Like, you know, whether it's face-to-face bullying or it's online bullying or anything like that, I think it takes a very, very strong type of person to not let that get to you. But it's also a matter of, okay, if this is something that is happening to me and if this is something that I'm unhappy with within myself, as in your physical appearance, let me reclaim that power back and do something about it, and give no one nothing to talk about, right? Give those bullies no ammunition to say anything about me, right? In Greek, it's called δικαίωμα. Like you don't give them any source of
satisfaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you give them nothing to work with because you've taken that from them, because you've done something for yourself and lost the weight and started eating healthy. You know, you take that power away from them because you've given that power back to yourself. You know, and it might not even be losing 10 or 50 kilos. It might just be a matter of you starting to, you know, look after your skin better, or do something new with your hair, or, you know, something that you give back to yourself to make you feel better takes that power away from the bully. And, you know, again, at the end of the day, if someone is really wasting their time and their energy putting shit on somebody else,
you know what?
It's gonna turn around and bite them in the ass at some point or another.
You know, I'm hoping that Mel Robbins will listen to this. I want you to call Jess on your podcast.
No.
I'm serious.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm serious.
That would never happen, Mario.
No personal trainer speaks like you. I mean, like, with all due respect, Jess.
Oh my God.
When I remember days when, you know, when I faced some uncertainty in a war, And there'll always appear some officer from some other unit will inspire all of us, and we believe in that. And hence we won. But same with you. People don't talk that way, Jess. I want you to take it very seriously. I want you to be very proud of what you say right now. It's going to be, guys, you can put on rewind. But you now killed every bully out there, because bully cannot
They're always
be bully
be
if you take away from them the main tool, and that is the people be afraid of them. Basically, that's what it is. And it's like you done it today. The humanity biggest favor. You equip them and arm them with something most of people don't believe exists, and that's come from the Jess. And Jess, I said, like, I know, a part of being my coach, she is somebody who are looking high, and you should as well. So before we wind up, like, I'm still stuck with that bully. What's next for you? Any goals? Any challenges? I know you're going to Japan soon.
I am.
Don't wrestle with the sumo wrestlers.
No, I won't. Yeah,
I don't want to read it, Jess, against the sumo fighter. I mean,
I definitely won't.
Okay.
No.
So what's any goals? Any
I'm going to Japan next week. Yeah. That's just for a holiday, just for a trip with some friends.
Yeah.
A lot of the goals that I have, so I'm still currently working at 2 gyms at the moment. I have a lot of future goals in terms of wanting to open my own gym.
Okay.
And that is hopefully at some point down the track.
Yes.
I'm hoping to also run my first seminar.
Okay.
This year.
Yeah.
So I want to run a bit of like a workshop day for my clients, where it will provide them with information on, very common topics or questions about the health and fitness space, a lot about women's health.
Yes.
In terms of, our cycles, teaching them more about their cycles, teaching them more about, training around your cycle, health, things like that. And then I would love to run after that, educational part of the seminar. I would run like a group training session where I would do a lot more work on technique and form and things like that. Because I really want to create a community. I really want to create a space for my clients to come together and to share their own experiences and their knowledge, and also expand on their own understanding and knowledge of training and nutrition. And, because I can give you all the tools, but if you don't take all of those tools on board and use them for the longevity of your life, then what's the point?
Yes. That's
like, if you're only going to use those tools for the period of time that we're working together, what's the point? You need to be able to learn and adapt and apply these tools in terms of your training, your nutrition, and building healthy, sustainable habits for yourself in order to continue your life, in order to, further your life expectancy and your quality of life. Because, it's not just going to benefit you for 12, 16, 18 weeks of working with me. It's going to benefit you for the rest of your life. Potentially if you have kids, pass those healthy habits onto your kids, You
see, again, come back third time. I'll make a prophecy now. I said, I have no doubt that your voice will be heard by millions, and there's going to be a lot of people who's going to reach you, because you deserve to be seen, you've been heard. No one I spoke so far want to help humanity, society as you do. And I think that health is the most valuable commodity in life. When
Absolutely.
We are healthy, we can do whatever we want. We have expression in Croatia, there was a sick man has only one wish, and healthy man has thousands. I just want to say thank you, Jess, for being my guest today. I truly appreciate it, And I said, guys, you're going to put in comment section below all Jess details, and feel free to reach her, talk to Jess, even she's in Japan. And guys, if you're in Japan right now, reach to Jess, maybe she can recognize you somewhere there. May I ask you, what city you going in Japan?
Where we're going?
Yeah, what city? Is it
so
Tokyo?
we're going Tokyo, Kyoto.
Kyoto,
Osaka.
Oh my God, it's going to be like...
yeah.
The bullet train?
Yeah, I think we're going on the train.
Well, have the fun and enjoy your time, your holiday. Thank you for being my guest. Guys, for all of those who want to reach the Jess, I'm going to put in the comment section below all Jess details. Feel free to contact her, talk to Jess, and learn how Jess can assist you. So Jess, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mario. I really appreciate the opportunity of being able to have a conversation with you today.
Thank you for making me better, man.
Thank you.
You do. Thank you.
Aww.